Welcome back to the Peak District Viking channel. Today I'm going to go through all my winter camping gear. Not a lot of difference between the summer gear, to be honest, apart from maybe the amount of clothing I take out. So what I'll just go through each of these. There's no sponsorship here, this is just what I take out personally. I'll probably do a separate one on my walking gear as well. So anyway, let's start with the big items. So my tent is the Nortent Vern 1. Excellent tent this, good value for money. 4-season tent, plenty of space, easy to put up, really good ventilation on it. I never get any condensation inside the tent. Really impressed with this for the price compared to say a Hilleberg. It's not a Hilleberg, I know, but they've upgraded the poles now. I think they're 9.5mm rather than 9mm. No problems with this tent so far, and winds are up to about 40 miles an hour. The reinforced poles, extra 5mm, seem a lot better. You've seen videos of other people like Colin and David going in and they upgraded the poles well last night. So more than good enough for the UK, but with the 2 doors that you can open, as well as the really good venting, then there's absolutely no reason why I won't use this throughout the year. Then if we go to my sleeping gear, probably next, I've got an Exped mat that goes underneath. I think this is an R value of about 1.5. Simple folds out, just simple foam mat. Not much you can say about that, but that goes underneath my sleeping pad. My current sleeping pad is the Thermarest Neo Air X-Firm Light, I think it's called. Packs up really small. I've just swapped this, I put another video up about it, for the Kilos Gear Aerocloud Elite. I just find this is a great mat and warm, it's comfortable, it's just not quite wide enough. I think this is 51 centimetres, the Aerocloud is 64 centimetres, and about the biggest you can get into a Nortent Vern one. I think you can probably push it at 66 centimetres. So that's my pad that I sleep on. In terms of my sleeping bag, I've left that upstairs. Oh, you knob. I'll have a bit of it in there about that. But yeah, we've got the Zenbivy bed in there. Bed. Thermarest pillow. The old Thermarest Neo lights underneath there. Zenbivy bed's all tucked in on there. And then there's an Exped mat underneath. Yeah. Okay, so obviously water. I've got my Platypus 2 litre Big Zip Evo water. This goes in the back of the rucksack. It's got a pipe that feeds through. So I use that for water. Plus, I've also got my Katydyn BeFree. I've not really used this, to be honest with you. I've tended to carry water up there of 2 litres, but this does about 600ml at a time. So I'm going to use that more so I can carry less water. So that's my water sorted. I've got a couple of stuffed sacks here. One's Sea2 Summit. I'm not sure what the other one is. One's Sea2, I think they're both Sea2 Summit. Yes, they are compression sacks. So I use one for my sleeping bag, and then the other one I put all my down gear in. Just compact stuff down, makes it nice and neat. When it comes to down gear for winter, I've got these Montane sort of Pertex Quantum slippers. Just stick them on your feet, make toasty warm. They're also hard bottom, so you can, if you know, need to nip out at night for anything or whatever, then you can just leave your slippers on rather than having to put your boots on or whatever. So that's quite good. A couple of down items. They are packed down. I never store them packed down because it's not good for them. So I've got my Rab Argus pants. They fold quite nicely. So at night, once you stop moving, you can stick those on. They'll keep you really nice and warm. Get them from the Rab outlet store where you get some absolute bargains there in Alpherton. The other one is my jacket, which is the mountain equipment. I'm quite a big fan of their gear. They're really good and the customer service is good. But again, once you stop, this fluffs up really well. It's a synthetic, some proprietary material, but put that on, toasty warm. I've worn that out. I can't really walk in that, it's just too warm for that, but it is so light. They spent 5 years developing that. So yeah, that's my down jacket. Sunglasses in case it's sunny. I also have a hat. I think mine's a North Face hat, woolly hat, just to keep yourself warm. These gloves, I took these to Iceland on holiday. They're really good. They're touch sensitive. They're good down to like -20. They're Gore-Tex, Trekkmate gloves. yeah, no problems at all with that. They can clip on, they tighten up around the wrist. So again, that will keep you really warm at night. Going back to the sleeping bags, obviously they come with their own sort of inflation sacks. But I tend to use the Flextail Zero Pump. Absolutely fantastic little bit of kit that is. It will blow them up. I think I timed it on one of my videos. I put a couple of, about a minute and a half, and the airbag was blown up. So I tend to use that. Hammer, lightweight hammer for the pegs in frozen ground or tough ground. Again, I don't always take that out, but if I know it's going to be cold, sub-zero, or I'm on a bit of rough terrain, that's an MSR hammer. What else have I got here? Light. What makes this? I wonder why I don't know what stuff I've got half the time. This is a camping light I got. It's a LED Ledlenser. My headlight, my head torch is the same. Banging little bit of kit this. It's quite bright, very small, hangs up in a tent. You can change the brightness. It's a rechargeable, it can flash, you can change colour. I think if you press it in, it'll go red. So yeah, that'll last for hours on the lowest setting. So yeah, nice little lamp that. What else have I got? Got my OEX Heiro stove. Really impressed with that. Basically, I got that for like 37 quid, I think it was. When you think how much a jet boil is, it's a really good bit. I always have a spare gas canister as well. Quite a bit of overkill probably. What else have we got in here? This is my little windometer. I don't always take this out with me, but if I know it's going to be quite windy or cold, this temperature and wind speed, that will do that. I don't always take that, as I say. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. What else have we got? This is for my stove. It's really good just to keep it stable. That just folds out and clips onto the bottom of your gas canister. I've got my Flextail pillow. That packs down to this sort of size and then just blows up. So just get that out of there. This blows up really quick. But I used to have like a compressible one, but it took up too much space. So this thing, it doesn't take much at all. Anyway, that blows up, really comfy. Packs away in that bag. If it is winter, I've got my micro spikes, if needs be. So I think these are, yeah, Kahtoola, they're really good, mate. They just go on the bottom of your scarpers or even your shoes for that matter. So take a micro spikes if I need them. In terms of food and whatever, put those by there. And to take dehydrated meals. I know some people like to cook a load of stuff, not really my sort of thing. So I like the Firepot ones, the zippers, that are quite good, maybe a copper seat, a few copies. They're all quite good. I've got my collapsible cup and collapsible plate. They just simply push out, collapsible bowl, and a collapsible cup, just rubber, but yeah, really good that. What else? If I'm eating, I've got this lovely little bit of kit here. This is the an Opinel sort of picnicking kit, but it's actually a knife. So the typical Opinel knife. If anyone knows anything about Opinel, top knives really sharp. That folds away like that. But then you can attach the spoon and the fork. So they just slot in like that. And away you go. You have your spoon or a fork. Really like that. Nice little bit of kit. All folds away in like a little napkin, which you've also got just in case you make a mess, which I tend to do quite a bit. So yeah, really nice bit of kit that. It just slots together, they hook into each other like this. And then away you go, he says. Okay, what else? These are good. Phil Ward gave me these on a camp, they get them off Amazon. It's like a little clip, but sometimes you just need to hold something out your way or hold the door back or whatever. Really good bits of little kit there off Amazon. I've got a power bank, which is this solar power bank. I'm just trying to look at what make it was. I'll find out, put it in the description, but that's got lights on the end. The charge lasts for ages. I used to use it when I go fishing for charging my phone up. I'll get at least 5 charges out of that. It's also got a light on the end. It's solar powered, so you could leave it outside on the back of your bag or something to charge up in the day as well. So yeah, see if it's still, yeah, I think that's just, no, that's still on. So you've got a torch at the end there. Yeah, cool. Turn that off and it shows if it's charged on. You can also wirelessly charge off the back on your phone if your phone supports it rather than having to plug it in. So yeah, that's a really good bit of kit. This is a similar thing actually. My missus bought them. I've not actually used them, but I'm going to use them in winter. It's like a pair of hand warmers. They clip together, but also on the end you can use them as a power bank as well. So you can use them like that. You can separate them. They'll warm your hands up quite quickly, stay warm for quite a long time. But you can also use them as power banks to power up devices. I've got my Leatherman multi-tool. Absolutely brilliant pieces of kit these. Lots of tools on them, packs away really nice and small. So you've got that. I sometimes take a bush knife with me as well, but don't necessarily need that. My headlamp I spoke about, LED Lenser headlamp, really bright, and you can focus it and all sorts of wonderful stuff, and again they last forever. You can do that with rechargeable battery. I have a spare one. Who sent me this? I think it might have been Sunblazer. Got several headlamps. Little medication too, just because I do take some regular meds, only one to be honest with you, but I just pop them in there. A bit of tape, you never know when you might need it. Some Blisterpads I use. First aid kit, again it's a very simple first aid kit with all the basics in, because you never know. Money. I got caught out on a hike I did where I went to Herefordshire and I was going to come back on the bus. I got halfway and realised I had no cash, and so yeah, I always carry a bit of spare cash because you never know when you might need it. I tend to use the Garmin watch now, an outdoor active for navigating. I'm a bit of a convert to that from the map, but technology is never infallible, so I've always got an OS map, Silva compass, emergency whistle, because you never know when you might need one. I think this also doubles up as something else, but I can't remember what. Anyway, yeah, emergency whistle. That works in case you need to get the mountain rescue. And also, might be a bit over the top, but I always take one of these Blizzard survival bags. It's actually like a suit that encompasses you, keeps you really warm, and you can actually walk in it. So again, packs down, it's vacuum packed. Luckily I've never had to use that, but if I do, it's there. And all of this then goes into my Berghaus 65 litre trailhead. Not a bad rucksack. The only downside I say is not many external pockets on it, so I've put a couple of these Osprey bags that just latch on. But you know, it's Berghaus, it's good quality, I get everything in. The whole lot, it's probably a little bit heavy for some, but I seem to prefer to be comfortable rather than going around obsessing about lightweight. I think I weigh in somewhere about 15 kilo plus a bit of water, 15 to 18 kilo generally when I go out. But generally, you know, that can last me several nights if needs be. So that's all my camping gear. That's what I take out with me. I'll put links and put it in the description exactly what it is and who it's made by. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like to the channel if you like this sort of thing. I do gear, I do camping gear, I do hiking, wild camping. I like my history, so I tend to throw a lot of history in. But anyway, that's my camping gear. What do you take out with you? Drop below and let me know if you take something similar, or you think I'm over egging it and I take too much and I'm like a stale with a house on my back or not. And anyway, I probably won't be out for a while now hiking and camping, while Mrs. Viking recovers from quite a major operation, but she's on the road to recovery now. So I'll probably be out maybe March, April time. But in the meantime, I'm going to make a few videos about my kit and other bits and bobs. So anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.